Hiya folks, it's been a long time coming. The transit van's now gone. Time to get working on the Triumph Acclaim. I think we're going to start off and give it a good clean down. It needs it. See you in a minute. Right, well, this has been standing out here now for many years, and we got it running, as you can see in the previous Triumph Acclaim videos. It has got an issue with, I think it's the starter motor squealing. The last time we tried to start it, we had a terrible screeching sound, and that could be the starter motor. So we'll probably take the starter motor off, not today. Let's just get it cleaned up first. I'll put you on time lapse. I'll give you a quick show around it first, and then we'll clean it up on time lapse. So let's have a closer look at it. Well, as you can see, it's got some bird crap on it there. The hood's not fixed on yet, the bonnet's not fixed on. But as you can see, just sitting under this carport here, it's caked in dust and all other sorts of stuff. I don't know what, but I've resisted rubbing it because obviously I don't want to damage the lacquer. It's got really heavy 3 coats of lacquer on this, I think, if I remember rightly. But it's filthy at the moment, as you can probably see. But inside, it's oh, if you can smell that, it really smells old in here. It's the original interior, as you can see, and we have started it before, as you know, but I don't really want to start it now. That's the colour it is, as you can see. That's where I sprayed it there. You can see that's how the whole car actually looked like that at one stage. From that to sort of that now is how it's actually gone. I've got to get the tailgate or the boot lid painted as well, so that's got to come up. That's a brand new rubber in there, believe it or not. It took me ages to source that, but we did get it in the end. You can see that at the start of my video in the intro of us putting that windscreen in. But all in all, the doors have got to be lined up as well. They're only on loosely, that's why they're not lined up at the bottom there. I've got the rear wheels to come off and do the brakes on there. The front wheels have also got to come off, because not on this side, I think it's the other side. There's a steering gaiter which has perished away, and that needs changing. I've got that, so that's got to be done, and also the brakes on there. I've got to paint the wheels up as well. I may even take the wheels off individually, and maybe even powder coat them. I'll see how I go. It depends how much time I've got to mess about on that sort of job. But yeah, so that's it. So I suppose I better put you on time lapse and just start washing it down to get most of the heavier stuff off. Then it'll have to be sanded flat with 1500 paper, and then obviously buffed up and polished. So let me get going and I'll see you in a minute. Right, well, I've not done all of it, obviously. I'm just sort of going over half of it for the moment. Sharon's just going over it with the cloth just to dry it off a bit so we can see where we are, basically. What do you think, baby?
Glad to see the back of it.
Should be glad to see the back of it. I can't believe it. It's a good car, Shell.
Maybe a good car, but it's been stuck here years.
I know it has, Shell. It wasn't the intention, was it? Hey, we've got so many projects on the go. We're now moving forward with them,
My
aren't we?
little MX5 used to sit here.
Yeah, I know, baby. Bit of crap in there.
Yeah, we'll give you a job for cleaning cars.
Why?
All the marks on here.
What marks, baby?
These here.
Yeah, but that's not cleaned yet. That's in the.
Well, we can see.
No, Sharon, that's in the paint. That's in the top surface of the lacquer. Yeah. Well, so you can feel it's all a bit rough there. Yeah, it's not smooth anymore because all the dust has permeated the surface. But we're going to cut all that back, and it'll be gleaming again.
Really? And what year will that be?
What's that, baby?
I said, what year will that be?
That will be this year. This car is very, Sharon, believe it or not, it's very near to going.
They ain't going nowhere, look!
No.
I said it's not going anywhere with that tyre.
They don't understand, do they? You women, you look at things in a funny way.
We say what we see.
Eh?
We say what we see.
No, you don't. You don't look at the overall, what's gone into it so far. All the engine. Go and watch the video, Sharon.
No, it's alright.
That's it, you rub it down, baby. And the doors.
Have you actually washed the doors?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you just give it a wipe over.
Well, what do you think I'm doing?
Yeah, I know, baby, that's what I'm saying to you. That's only where all the dust, the dirt has come off it. You always start from the top of a car.
Well, I've done the top.
And work your way down, baby, so the dirt falls downwards.
Yeah.
It's not worth, as I say, starting there and then going to the roof, because all the stuff off the roof will come off and go off.
Will it?
Just wipe that window down, baby.
I have, it's on the inside.
Oh, is it? So it is. But that's a lot better. Let's go to the front. Now, I don't know if you can see or not, but we've only done sort of halfway. It's only literally just wiped the top surface dust off. And it's now, to be honest with you, Shell, it's looking a lot more presentable. Just get that window wipe over. That's it, yeah, look at that, baby. I've got these blacks to paint in still. I never did that when we painted it.
See that.
So that's got to be done. But yeah, so I'm happy with it.
Oh, car smell. People, they can't smell it. Ooh.
It's vintage, Shell, that's what that is.
You're telling me.
That's what you're smelling, vintage.
Mm.
Just give the inside of that door trim a bit of a wipe down, look.
Oh.
Hey?
Shut up.
Come on, baby. People like to see you working.
Do they?
Yeah. So yeah, I've got the trim to go back in there, the silver trim. I haven't got the correct one. The correct one was all discoloured yellow and cracked and all that, so I'll get that sorted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just got a bit. I've got these roof trims to go back in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got to make an end up for the front of one of these, not unless someone... There's a little metal bracket that sits in there. There's all dirt in here at the moment, look. There's a little metal bracket that sits there, like a pointed thing. And I think I need them. So if anyone's got any or know where I can get hold of them, the correct ends.
Oh, please let him know so we can get rid of it.
Yes, I know, but that's not going to make the car not be finished now, is it?
Well, I don't know.
You know? So yeah.
Oh, look, it looks like a brand new car
Yeah,
at the
but I
showroom.
told you, look, whenever you're selling the car, Shell, always polish the windows because it can make the worst car look lovely, that can.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah? I should have polished the windows in the transit van, shouldn't I? So yeah, this surface, it may not look the greatest, but when I finished, or when I sprayed this originally, it was superb. What a great off. Don't forget, this hasn't been touched at all, this paintwork. If you go back and look in the previous videos where I painted it, you'll see the finish we had and it was fantastic. So this will take a cut back with some 1500 paper, and that will smooth that right off, and that'll buff right up, Shell.
Oh yeah.
And
I know what my smart plant.
exactly the same with the bonnet as well, or the hood. Hold on, you was going to get that soapy water there. Get that soap. I don't know what it is, but we've got some sticky residue on there. Just give that a little bit of a wipe down first.
I'll do everything.
Oh, you know that ain't true, baby.
Trying to water my tomato plants.
Yeah, just put some of that fairy liquid on there. Don't spread it, you've got to use your finger, Shell. It's no good trying to buff it. It's just...
Oh.
Get your finger. No, not in that, in the cloth. I would have put more on than that, baby. Tip some on there.
Baby.
Don't get lippy, love.
Baby. Oh, we're back to love then, look.
Yeah. Just that one thing. That's it. One finger. Now the thing is that fairy liquid ain't what it used to be, is it? It's not really cutting through that. I think that's like a tar or a grease or an underseal type thing. It weren't on there when I put the bonnet across the car the other month or whatever it was when I put the bonnet on. So I don't quite know what it is. I might have to get some thinners on it or something. Is it coming off?
Well, yeah, so we were on the video and have a look.
It's only sticky. Anyway. Oh, okay, never mind. I know it's only like a sticky substance, isn't it? I know it will come off anyway. Alright, leave it then. Fairy liquid's not the thing for that, obviously. Alright, okay then. So now she's given up and walks off, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to carry on. I'll clean the rest of it down, get it all to this stage, and then we can move forward and look possibly.
Oh, I've nearly got my first red tomato plant.
Possibly about getting some other work started on it. Anyway, see you in a minute. Right, okay, here we are out the front again, and I'm gonna get the starter motor off because I think that is a problem. It's definitely slow at turning over, if I remember rightly. Sometimes it wouldn't turn over correctly. It would sort of catch and then it would be okay, but as I say, that's where the general consensus is that the squealing's coming from. Let me just get this battery out of the way. Right, put it down there. Right, it's a bit dirty in here, as I say, there's all leaves blown up in here and everything, so I've got to detail the engine again. Just get a couple of these hoses out of the way, look, just to make life a little bit easier. Just poke that over there for the moment. Now I think there's only a couple of bolts that hold the starter motor on. Just get that off of there. That's better, look. Right, let's just get that on there. There we go. That's the top one. Top one's always easy to get to, isn't it? And there'll be one round the bottom there somewhere that I can't get to. Well, not very easily anyway. What's that stud on now? I'm not sure. Oh no, if I remember rightly, you get that one from the back. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Comes in from the back way. Which is quite unusual, but there you go. So if I just undo this, you'll see it when I undo it. Very long bolt, I think. Now let me get it out, look. There we go, look, see? So that one comes in from the back. It is loose now, but I've got to disconnect the cables first. Let's try 12mm. That's the one, 12mm. So I'll just nip that undone before we go any further. There we go. Nice to see the terminals are actually still nice and bright. So that's the thing you get with old vehicles, the electrics. If it's been standing for many years, they can corrode and cause lots of problems. So there you go, that's that one off of there. I'll just put that nut back on there so I don't lose it. So hopefully now all I have to do, just to undo that there, that front bolt, take the weight of it as well while I'm doing it, and it should come straight out. Then we can have a closer look at it. There we go. Another long bolt. Should hopefully lift out. Come on out of there. Just a little bit awkward to get out, that's all. But not too much of a problem. There we go. Wish newer cars was as easy to get stuff out as that. So that's it. And that feels very dry and graunchy in there. That could have been the squealing that we had in the previous video. So I'll just take this apart now, give it a bit of a clean up, have a look inside it, see what we got, and we'll take it from there. Right, well, here it is. As I say, it's a bit dry, and that could have, and very graunchy actually, that could have been causing the squealing noise, as I said. So we're going to take this apart and have a closer look at it. Normally you'd buy a new one, but we're going to have a go anyway, just to see if anything can be salvaged. It does work, as I say, but it's just slow, and that's normally a sign that they're gummed up. So I'm sitting out here in the garden now doing this. Absolutely lovely. Right, let's just loosen that off. But as you can see, I don't know whether you can see or not there, that bare copper cable there has got corrosion on it, but maybe that could be giving me a problem as well with connections, for it being slow. Oh, run away from me. So let's just disconnect that. And there's two which look like 10mm that hold the solenoid on. So we'll undo them as well. I mean, it was just so simple to get this out of the Triumph. Literally 2 bolts is all it was, and a couple of connectors, and access was very good and all, but you just don't get that in modern cars. So much So many different things crammed into an engine bay. A lot of them not really necessary. So let's just pull that out. That should come out, shouldn't it? Or maybe there's something that meshes. Yeah, it'll be in there, won't it? The meshing gear. Maybe I can't take that quite out yet. Oh, here we go. No, you can get it out, look. So there's a little hook on the front of that, as you can see, and that hooks into a clip inside there, which I don't know whether you can see. Can you? You probably can see it. So you must remember to get that hook back under there. And this is the actual electrical solenoid, which should pull in and out. And again, that's nice and free, and also the rubber boot is not perished at all, so I'm happy with that. I won't need to do anything with that apart from just clean it up and maybe even respray it. So the main body, as you can probably see, is literally just held together to this front silver bit by these two bolts. One of them I've already undone, as you know. So let's just undo that other one there, which again is a 10mm. And this is where you get possibly things start pinging out. Must remember that the clip goes on the bracket side screw there. So let's just undo these. They should be both the same length. And 9 times out of 10, all you basically need is a clean up, as I said, for this sort of thing. There we go. You can see the dust already on them screws. That just represents the dust that's inside. There we go. So this top bit here should separate, and that's where I think you'll find the brushes. So I'm going to take that off first. And there's a little rubber gasket there, look. Oh well, it's coming all off. Let's just take it all off. There we go. So that little mechanism there, you can see all the dust in there, look. That sits behind that bush in there, and that's what pulls forward and back. So it looks like this is going to benefit from a clean up, to be honest with you. So let's put that down to one side. I should have had gloves on. See, the brushes are holding it on, and that can't pull out of there until them brushes are released. So I might have to hook them springs off, just off of them end two there, which you probably can't see. And then that can hopefully remove them end two brushes. One there, one the other side. And I should be able to pull that off then. There we go. There we go. That's the two brushes that was holding it on. And they look pretty good actually. I'm going to probably leave them. But as I say, I'll benefit from a really good clean. So I'm going to leave that as it is there. And the other two brushes, which are still on here, which I don't know whether I need to undo this here to find a clip under there. So there's a couple of Phillips screws there, which I'm going to take out of this end plate. I actually took a pair of gloves out the front. Oh, look. Long size blinking screwdriver again. Be back in a minute. Right, let's try this one. There we go. As I say, I've not had one of these apart before, so we're feeling it as we go along. Just exercising common sense rather than looking at a manual. So this is something which people don't do anymore as a serviceable item. Right, so there we go, that's that off of there. And sure enough, there is a clip on there, look. Common sense said it must have been had something like that on there. So if I just take that clip out, bearing in mind there's a spring underneath it, take the spring off, and hopefully that should allow me to withdraw the, there we go, the armature and plate. And in fact, if I would have done that first of all, I could have gained access to this a lot easier. So now I can take off this, and that is the 4 brushes in the brush set there, so that can all be cleaned up and reused, no problem with that whatsoever. The brushes are still fine. And all I will do is to what you call undercut the little grooves. I'll give that a clean with some emery paper or some wire wool, something like that, and then just get a blade or a knife that fits in these grooves. This one doesn't, but and just what you call undercut, just score down in between the grooves there, just to clear all the dust out and the carbon deposits that have been left there. And there's really, apart from lubrication and cleaning, there's nothing else really to do to that. So I'm going to do that, clean all this up, and I'll see you when I've done that. You haven't got to watch that. Right, okay then, I've put the starter motor back in now. I've connected this old battery up again. It's going to be totally dead. I'm going to have to get the jump leads out and try and jump start it. Again, we haven't started this since the last video, and that was well over a year ago. And it was only started up once then, from the 2 years previous. So I don't hold out much hope for it, but we'll give it a go anyway. So I'll just set the jump leads up, and even the fuel. I don't know about the fuel in the carburetors, for example. It could be old, it could have blocked the jets up, I don't know. So this is a trial and error, old start, cold start sort of thing. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Let me get this set up and I'll get back to you. Just going to get the jump leads out in the back of Mummy's car, Sharon's car. Jim is taking it, isn't he? I've just had to call him up to come back here. I don't know. That's why this video's taking longer to film. That's another thing we've got to do on Jimmy's car as well, the front suspension. He went down a pothole, or a couple of potholes in the line. And it actually broke. You know, on the front of a Vauxhall Astra, they got the damper in the spring. And the actual damper rod inside the spring had snapped. Listen to this. And he drove home on it. So when I lifted the wheel up, the spring is all at an angle. I've got to try and get that off somehow, because the damper rod inside, there's no support there. And the top clip in the bonnet area that holds the strut in place, that popped off. That's actually where he's gone to get another top clip, because he lost it. So that's that. So we will try and give this a start, as I say. Just get the jump leads on it. I don't hold out no luck for it, to be honest with you, because it's been standing for many years now. Even though we had the engine apart, and cleaned it all out, done it all up. I think the valve timing, not the valve timing, the ignition timing is still slightly out, because when I did put the cam belt on, I put it 180 degrees out, so I couldn't line up the timing marks. I've just got to slip that off again and turn the cam over 180 degrees, and it'll be fine. But it should still run. It ran fine the last time, so I don't think I've touched it since then. So yeah, come on, Jimmy. Oh no, I've got to walk right the way around. Alright. I need a bit more. Is that going to be long enough? Right, that's the negative. Hold on. Negative is connected. Yep, negative's on. Yeah. Can I have a bit? That's it. That's it, that's alright, I've got enough.
Are you on?
I'm not on yet.
No, I'm going on.
I'm on now. Positive.
Yeah.
Right.
Make a party.
In the front, in the hallway. I don't know what's going to happen here. So let's sit in. Oh.
You ready? Ready?
Start it up. Choking a little bit. Give it a couple of little blips. That sounds sweet. And I know when that starter motor was turning over, it was nice and fast as well. The last time, the starter motor was sort of whoop, 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 whoop. That seems to have done the job, that clean up what we've done to it, so I'm really pleased with that. And this has still got the old petrol in it, which we started with God knows how long ago. Yeah, just push it in a little bit.
Choke with it.
Choke. It's rich at the moment, isn't it? As I say, I know the ignition timing's not spot on at the moment because, as I say, I can't see the timing much because it's 180 degrees. Let's give it a little throttle. Again, I don't think it's showing any fuel in there, is it? Is it crisp on the throttle?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what I'd like to do. Oh no, I can't. I've got too many stuff around it. Yeah, just take it out a bit more. Did that just try and start it again?
I don't know. I pulled it out and run out of petrol.
Yeah, it might have. Oh, what was that? I want to see that noise. That was that noise we had. Wait there. Do that again. Flat battery now, I've got to go and start the other one up. Wait there. That screeching noise, that's the noise we had. So it ain't the starter motor now, we know that, but the starter motor's working a whole lot better. So the things we got here is the jockey wheel in there maybe, the alternator, or the water pump. It's a new water pump, so I don't think it's going to be that. There's nothing else that rotates on this side of the engine or the other side of the engine, so that's my little suspects. That's it, just leave it ticking over. So we've got to keep a listen out for this now. Suspect, under there, jockey wheel, suspect or suspect. But I don't think it's the pump. But yeah. But as I say, that's a totally flat battery. That battery's really no good whatsoever. So that's the that didn't turn over because of the battery, not because of the starter motor. Right, Jimmy's just getting back in the car now. And I thought, as I say last time, I did think the noise was coming from this side. So.
I like this side to me.
Well, that's where we differ, isn't it? I don't know. Go on in. Sounds like alternator, that did. That sounded like alternator to me down there. Hey? Go on in, turn it back off again, then we turn it on again. Go on in. It's definitely here. So my next suspect would be to take the alternator out, check the bearings on that. Failing that, the only other thing is the jockey wheel for the timing belt. I put a new timing belt on there, as you probably know, but it sounds really lovely. And also, I've just noticed that belt's flapping about. I wonder if it's a belt screech. Stop it for a minute. That belt is just flapping about. It could be loose belt. It could even be bloody loose belt. That belt, you watch it. Go on, start it up again. Yeah, look at that. I think it's just the belt. See the belt flapping at the bottom there as well. Look, I don't know if you can see it properly on camera. Yeah, I think it's just the belt. Oh, well, that's an easy solve, isn't it? Let it warm up for a minute. Put the heater on. I'm going to warm it up until the fans come on. I mean, it sounds lovely. It really does. Oh, right, okay, so really responsive. The one thing I want to just try and do, I don't want to turn it down so that the it cuts out. I want to push the clutch down and see if the clutch is frozen. Can't go forward. My handbrake's off. I left the handbrake off. Let's see if it moves. Yeah. Have a look, have a look. It's that side, isn't it?
Look on that bottom one.
It's definitely that side, isn't it?
Oh, it might be a belt. Sink.
Squirt the belt, squirt the belt. With a WD. Quick, 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 quick. Just the belt, just the belt. Not the timing belt.
You can't see nothing visible, can you?
No?
No, you can't see nothing visible, can you?
No, it's when it ticks over, isn't it? It's over that side though, isn't it?
Yeah. One of them wheels, isn't it?
Yeah. It's either the bearings on the alternator or the jockey wheel. I don't think it's a jockey wheel. Because that belt's slack, I could just try and tighten it up. That's it. I want to turn it off a minute. I'm just going to tighten up the alternator. Right, so I'm 13mm, I think that is. 13. If I just, no, it's bloody 12mm. Is there 12mm there? One that's only balancing on there. If I just adjust, because it's slack. If I just adjust the belt, so it's got some tension on it, then maybe that's enough to stop the squealing. Where's that screwdriver?
Ratchet bar.
Oh, I've just adjusted it up a little bit. Right, go on and try that. Start it up again. Hopefully it'll start. You shouldn't have to touch the choke. Well, it's still connected, isn't it? But I know it's probably got no charge in it. Yep. It's flat again. As I say, I'm hoping it's just a slack belt on the pulley. Yeah. Go on in. Wants to be revved, doesn't it? Wait there. Right, the belt's not slapping about now, so let it tick over for a bit. So I want to, what's the temperature gauge say?
Very good.
Just let it warm up for a bit. I think that's what it was. I think it was just a belt. It's not slapping about now. Yeah, it's definitely running rich. I can smell it. So the carbs need tuning up. And I did clean them out, as I say, but the mixture wants setting up on it. Used to do that on a colour tune many years ago. Coming up to the normal position now. I think that little mark there is the normal running position. I should see the fan kicking shortly. I haven't got any warm air out of here yet, but as I say, that valve could be stuck again. You're going? Oh. I don't know. Oh, it's the air vent, yeah. Alright then, well I'll switch this off now anyway. I was going to let it warm up, but if you've got to go, you've got to go.
Well, how long will it take?
I just wanted the fan to kick in.
It's on.
Eh?
It's on.
The fan's on?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's it then.
I can hear it. Like,
It's up to temperature then, hold on. I thought we'd have warm air coming out of here by now. That's cold. Should have warm air coming out of it. I just wanted to know whether, oh. Well, I know the clutch ain't sticking on anyway, so it's drivable. But that's really throaty and raspy.
I can hear it.
No, I can't. The electric fan at the front. Yeah? Has it gone off? Tell me if it goes off. Feel the hoses, top and bottom hoses. Tell me if they're both warm, or if one's warm and one's cold. Both of them? If the top one's... Yeah, it's not quite open fully then, the thermostat. Well, you've got to be pleased with that. Right, let me turn it off then. Well, I'm really pleased with that, and as I say, that did concern me a little bit, that noise, but adjusting that belt seems to have solved the problem. Just shows you little things like that. But I needed to take the starter motor off anyway, as I say, because that was slow, very slow, and it would stop, and then you'd have to turn the key back and then start and try and catch it again. So servicing that and cleaning that has really proved that a worthwhile job. Anyway, going to finish this video here, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, we're going to try and do some work on this now, so look out for the next Triumph Acclaim video, and I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.